Hello and welcome to my IELTS course. Right now, this is session 10 and indeed the last session which I have made made it for practice. And it may be a bit longer than the rest of the sessions because there are lots of exercises that I really want to take a look at. Of course, there are many practice tests online that you can search for, and it is my advice to you that you must do at least one or two, I'll say two, alright? Two tests from start to finish. I'm talking about listening, then reading, then writing, without any breaks in between. Okay? So that you can prepare yourself for the test environment, which is primarily endurance. And right now, I am taking a look at some of the most brutal questions, the most difficult questions in the IELTS history, or at least the last 5 years or so. Okay? So I really hope that, well, I don't think you will enjoy this course much, but I really hope that you learn what the questions can be like, especially the harder parts. And I wouldn't say that the IELTS question will be that difficult. I'm not sure, but I have chosen some of the questions that I think are the most different, if I can say that. All right. So let's begin now, as usual, with the reading. The reading is, of course, the one I think is most important. I hope you can see the slides. This is a reading section 1 question, alright? And by the way, this one will not have, this one takes about 20 minutes. Let's just check that, alright? You can see here that there are advertisements for several restaurants asking for a jobs. Here we are. Yeah, you have to spend 10 minutes on this one. So I thought that this one took 20, but it's just 10 minutes for this test. Here are the advertisements, A through I think H. So A, B, C, D, E, and F, G. Alright? Then we have some questions, 1 to 6, in which we need to choose the suitable job for every one of these people. And you have to take a look at the top. Why? Because these questions in which you choose some advertisements for the people can sometimes have some people who have no jobs matching them. Alright? So none of the advertisements here can match one of them. Maybe. Alright? I have seen a question like that in a test in which none of the advertisements here was suitable for maybe number 3 or 4 or so on. This is not the case because nothing was written here. Which is the most suitable job for each person? Look at the 7 job advertisements and very normal things. Alright, so you have to pay attention to the question heading. Now, let's take a look here at the people quickly and then get back to the advertisements, read them quickly, then take a look at every one of the people in more detail and then get back to the advertisements to find the most suitable one. So first, a person, and remember, mark the keywords. So I'm marking the keywords here with red. A person with 2 small children, young children, who wants, okay, a few hours a week, alright, a few hours a week of unskilled work in the early mornings. Alright, so here are the keywords. As someone who has children, he needs a few hours a week, or I think she or he needs a few hours a week of unskilled work in the early mornings. So part-time, early mornings, no experience. These are the keywords. Okay? Of course, the keywords that you'll find in the text are something like part-time, which of course means you don't work all day, but just 2-3 hours every day or so on, as opposed to full time. Right? Experience, maybe times of day, mornings or so. And of course, do not forget that the weekends in Britain and in the United States are Saturdays and Sundays. Okay? Unlike here in the Arab world, where the weekend is Thursday and Friday, and in some places even Friday and Saturday. It varies, but the weekend is Thursday and Friday here. But in Britain it's Saturday and Sunday always, as is the case in America and most of the other English-speaking countries like New Zealand or Australia. Anyway, a person with no experience, again, here's the word, no experience, looking for a short-term, full-time job. Here's the full-time job, Monday to Friday, so weekdays. Alright? Weekend is Saturday, Sunday. Weekdays is Monday to Friday. Anyway, next one. A lively student, lively is full of enthusiasm, with no experience, who cannot work on weekdays. So he needs to find a job on Saturday and Sunday. I forgot. Anyway, a person with more than 20 years experience in catering, who would like to run a business. Run a business. So, of course, you know that catering is when you, shall we say, cater to someone's needs in terms of food. Alright, so feeding, or I don't know the meaning in Arabic, but it's fandaqa, right? So of course he is a chef, or maybe someone who is tasked with providing food. Catering college graduate who is now looking for his first full-time job. Okay, of course, first full-time job means he doesn't have experience. Person with many years experience working in hotels who is now looking for well-paid part-time employment in a hotel. Alright, so let's get back here to the questions. Oh, sorry, the text here. And take a look. Help. Snack bar serving person, bright friendly experience not essential. Alright, energy, enthusiasm, and so on. Here we have Granata Hotel, only applicants with experience and good references need apply. Excellent wages, meals on duty. Alright. Part-time, silver waiter and waitress. I think you have already guessed what that one suits. Wanted from January and nanny. Okay. Here, cleaner required for 12th floor modern office block. Mondays to Fridays, finish work before the office is open. £80 per week. Wow. Mature experience, administrative secretary. Okay, for soft furnishing company. Full-time cook for a new exciting cafe venture. Good conditions, pay hours can be negotiated. Pay and hours. 50-seater restaurant to let. To let means when you rent a restaurant, or actually lease, or let a restaurant. Okay, we have two people. Alright? We have person one who owns the restaurant and person two who wants to buy it. Okay, let's say that this is the restaurant here. This person, person A, can provide or let this restaurant to person B, just of course, for an amount of money called rent, which means that you can rent a restaurant from someone who lets it to you. Alright? Of course, this is the verb. Verb let. Alright, and verb rent. Okay? So person A gives the restaurant to B, offers for some money, and this is called leasing or to let. And of course, ideal for very experienced person looking to start up on their own and so on. Let's see. A person with two small children who wants few hours a week So part-time, unskilled work, early mornings. So part-time, no experience, early mornings. Let's see. Of course, student, no. Full-time cook, no. Here, mature experience, administrator, secretary for software. Experience, no. 2 hours per day, Monday to Friday, to finish work before the office is open. Before the office is open can mean in the early mornings. Okay, let's just carry on. Again, we're looking for few hours a week. Unskilled, early mornings. Here, formal qualifications not important. Few hours a week here. Nanny career. Arrival references required. All right, 8:30 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. That's much. All right, part-time, okay, but he needs experience. And the last one, experience not essential. Saturday and Sunday only. Carrying the drop, okay. So of course the best one is the cleaner here. Cleaner required for 12-hour modern office block. Okay, 2 hours or a few hours per week, and without experience, early mornings. So this one was D. I'm going to go a bit quicker now. A person with no experience, short-term full-time job, Monday to Friday. So no experience, full-time job for a short time. Short-term here means a short time. I don't know, a month or 2 months or even half a year, right? Half a year. You're not going to work for the next 35 years of your life or something and anything. So, no experience, short-term full-time job, weekdays. Full-time cook, pay in hours, no. Furnishing company, hotel, hours Monday to Friday. Short-term full-time job, Monday to Friday. Experience, no. Experience, no. January till July, nanny carer for short-term full-time job. Not exact, let's see. So it'll be 2 years. Snack bar. Right, friendly experience not essential or anything. Call in, drop. Again, short-term full-time job, no experience. Maybe this one. Saturday and Sunday only. From January to July, short-term, full-time job. So it may be this. Okay? It may be this. Let's just take a look here. Short-term, full-time job, Monday to Friday. Why isn't the first one good? Here. Short-term, full-time job, Monday to Friday. No. Okay, so this one is of course Monday to Friday, and this is excellent. Of course, short-term, January to July, so that's about 5-6 months. Alright, so C is the answer. Here, again, let's carry on a bit quicker. A lively student, no experience, no weekdays. So, no experience, lively student, only weekends. Maybe this one. Bright, friendly, experience, not necessary. Energy, enthusiasm, an absolute must. Okay? Bright means, of course bright can mean smart, but it also means he is very enthusiastic. Anyway. So bright, friendly one, energy, enthusiasm, and of course Saturday and Sunday only, no work on weekdays. My apologies. Here we are. Alright. Let's see, of course. Just going to put it here. A lively student, no experience, that was A. A person with more than 20 years experience in catering would like to run a business. So he wants to rent something to be a restaurant. So maybe this one, G. Actually, it is this, okay? It's not maybe. A catering college student who's now looking for his first full-time job. We're looking for catering Alright, and full-time job, first, no experience. Full-time cook, no experience, good conditions, maybe. He didn't mention anything about experience. First one, full-time job, maybe. What about mature experience? No. Cleaner required? No. What about Granada Hotel part-time silver service? Experience? No. And of course the rest is no. So this one is the answer here. Okay, full-time cook. That's F. Then we have a person with many years experience working in hotels who is now looking for a well-paid part-time employment in a hotel. So he's looking for a hotel. Like this one, Granada Hotel. We have a part-time silver service waiter. Alright? And only ones with experience and excellent wages. Meals on duty. All of these benefits are amazing for someone who has experience and looking for a well-paid part-time job. I forgot the letter. I think it's D or something. Let's see here. B. Alright. So, this is our first exercise. As you can see, you're probably going to be able to do this in much less than 10 minutes. Okay? Unlike this one. So, of course, to review, read the questions, read the advertisements, see if there are any difficult words, and then find the keywords you're looking for. Experience, no experience, part-time, full-time, weekdays, weekends, mornings, evenings, alright, and so on. Then, this is one of the brutal questions I was talking about. A section 3 reading, alright, that can come in any test, whether academic or general. Alright, the academic tests would be a bit more scientific, maybe a research on ants or the way certain projects are made. Alright, or the process of maybe producing cement. Alright, all of these can come in the academic test, but they are not much difference from the general reading module, except that you have 3 of them as opposed to just one in the general. Anyway, let's get back. Learning the second language. Okay, talking points. Now try, I think you remember, hopefully, the reading lessons I've already taught you. While reading, reorient yourself to the text, which means that you need to read the first paragraph carefully to try and understand what the text is aiming at or what they are trying to tell you by writing this text. Okay, as you probably know, this text is not written for the IELTS test, it's just an extract. Okay, they have taken this text from a magazine or a book or somewhere like this. So this is a real life text, more or less. Anyway, let's take a look at the questions. Alright? Yeah, it's a long text. Here we are. True, false, and not given. So, this is a typical yes-no question in which some information could be not given at all. And this is very difficult because you have to find the paragraph and then this one. Alright. And then we have the list of people here, and you need to choose which one said which sentence here. So the key word or the most important thing is that you underline every keyword, name that comes to you. So when you see a name, just underline it. I'm going to underline it in green or so. Let's get back and take a look at the reading. Here we are. First, we'll read the paragraphs, right? Of course, read the first paragraph fully, and then try to write some ideas somewhere here, alright, for every paragraph we read. Let's see. Learning a second language fuels children's intelligence and makes their job prospects brighter. But the fact is, in New Zealand, as in many other English-speaking countries, speakers of 2 or more languages are in the minority. 84% of New Zealanders are monolingual, speakers of only one language. This leaves a small number who claim to speak 2 or more languages, which is, by the way, bilingual, a small percentage of whom were born in New Zealand. So we're talking about 84% of the people in New Zealand, right, only speak English, and the rest, right, only speak 2 languages or can speak 2 languages, and most of them have already come from other countries. No matter how proud people are of their cultural roots, to speak anything other than English is a mark of difference here. That's why 8-year-old Annie Powell, is embarrassed when people comment on the fact that she's able to speak Maori. Now, by the way, if you can take a look at this small star here, okay, this star means that at the bottom of the page, I've divided the page in half. So at the bottom here, it's the language spoken by the Maori people, the first native people of New Zealand. So take note of these stars and anything written at the bottom. So as Joanne Powell, again, Annie's mother, points out, in Europe it's not unusual for kids to be bilingual. But if you speak another language to your children in New Zealand, there are some people who think that you're not helping them become a member of society. So let's say that no one speaks or to speak anything than speaking English makes you different or makes you different. All right. Just a moment, I'm going to use the input microphone here. Alright, so it makes you different. This is what we have written. But in fact, the general agreement among experts is that learning a second language is good for children. Experts believe, alright, it's good for children. Second language, good. Alright? And I have written language incorrectly because of my keyboard. I don't care, alright? Just as long as you understand what is being written. Anyway, here, Kathy Elder, professor of language teaching at something Auckland, says a lot of studies have shown that more than language, okay, more than 2 languages, learn 1 language more slowly. Very simple. 1 language, slow. Nothing else. Put it on a soft surface or something. Alright, so again, we were talking about 1 language more slowly. Okay, so this is one of the texts here. Just let me bring my comfortable keyboard. Typing on a laptop, such as this one, can be very tiring. So, then let's take a look at the next paragraph here. Dr. Bridget Halford, a professor of linguistics at Freiburg University, agrees. 1 language better as a whole. Okay. 1 language better. Okay, and let us shoot. So of course, let's just underline the names, Kathy Elder and Bridget Halford. Again. So with all the benefits, why do we not show enthusiasm for learning? Parents involved in bilingual take pressure from friends. Okay. Why can't we teach second language? What language? Whatever. Next. Second language food. Okay. In New Zealand, immigrants face the possibility of culture being lost. Along with the language, their children no longer wish to speak. Tiffany's mother has experienced this. When she and husband left D3, it would be a perfect opportunity to raise as a bilingual Turkish family. So New Zealand as a good opportunity. Okay, something like that. I'm just going to get back because I've deleted one of the boxes. In fact, the general agreement is that learning a second language is good. Second language, good. Next. The idea was to have home as a German language environment and for Tiffany to learn English at the nursery school, but when Tiffany, of course, let's underline the names here. So here, Tiffany's mother, Susan Dvorak, okay, and Dieter here. And here, Tiffany home as German and then English at nursery, but when Tiffany went to nursery school and she stopped talking completely, quiet for about 2 or 3 months. So maybe initial reaction, Tiffany initial reaction, right? Okay, Tiffany's initial reaction. Then, today when Susan, she still answers in English, or sometimes she speaks half and half. I checked with the teachers, very seldom mixes German. In fact, she speaks English like New Zealander, it's her German that's behind. Alright, so Tiffany at school. Then, of course, Professor Hafford, also a mother of 2 bilingual children, says it's normal for kids to refuse to speak their home language if they stay to start socialize with other kids in their kindergarten or school, but she says it depends a lot on the attitude of the society in question. Right? So, social pressures. Something like that. It's normal for children to stop speaking English, other languages because of social pressures. She supports Suzanne's approach. Again, Suzanne's approach of not pressuring her daughter. Never force a child to use a specific language, just keep using it yourself. No force. The child will accept that there is often a time when children and teenagers will need to establish their own identity as different from the schoolmates, and they may use their other language to do so. So, own identity, second language. Alright.